Welcome, welcome to the ladies' room, where real men talk and truth go boom. Good morning, good morning. If your man acting up or your woman losing she mind, right we don't hide till we inside, 'cause the ladies' room go set it right. Welcome, welcome to the ladies' room, where real men talk and truth go boom. Good morning, good morning. If your man acting up or your woman losing she mind, right we don't hide till we inside, 'cause the ladies' room go set it right.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the room on this Tuesday, March 17th. Yep, we are definitely up and running again. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Thank you so much to our kind partners, St. Augustine Medical Services, Land Store, Beacon Insurance, Western Union, for powering up our morning, our ladies' room, that is. Those of you listening via radio, 95.1, 95.3, top of the morning to you. If you're listening online via the Power app, or if you're viewing the live stream on Facebook or YouTube, good morning, afternoon, evening, night to you, wherever you are. All right. So God's blessings. Yeah, I know it's a super exciting day as we kick off day one of the Intercall Games, and I know that your attention will be divided for the next 3 days. That is why I decided to keep it light this week and have only one guest to continue with my Women's Month awareness and, featuring women, etc. This week we're just gonna chit chat because I already know y'all, so trying to force you all, it's not gonna work. So we're gonna keep it light, bits to talk about. We've been pretty heavy for the past couple of weeks. This morning it's a kind of heavy one as well, but we are not gonna when we bring in our guests, we want you to have I want them to have your undivided attention, so I want to make sure that they're here. All right. Yes, Shanti, good to see you in the room this morning. Absent yesterday, no notice, no permission asked to be absent, none of that. Tell you, I was already doing what I want inside this room, Swear. Anywho's, so like I said, we're back at it again, and we're ready to who asked this one where she is? Who asked this one for she location about hi and bye from you ain't even had to come back, But hi and bye this early morning. Anyway, as I was saying, so it is day one, so just want to wish all the schools the best. May the best school win, male and female categories. May it be 3 days of keen athletic rivalry, incident-free, accident-free, and good sportsmanship, which is very important. Hope that we'll see a lot of that in the coming days. We had the opening this morning. The Minister of Education, the Minister of Sport, from the Athletics Association, etc., Intercall, whatever, they opened up the games this morning, had the athletes doing their little march and the torch and all of that. So it was off to a pretty exciting start this morning. So I'm looking forward to the next couple of days to see what's in store, and we'll definitely try to bring you little bits and pieces, a little updates, catch some of the races, and just keep it flowing. All right. I'm feeling to eat something nice today. Where you go get something nice to eat? Like, I don't know, for some reason my chest feeling like even you some days you get up and you're like when you think about what you had to eat, they're like I've been doing a lot of fish because Lenten season, so I'm like, meat is what I gave up. But the options, you have to go all the way to the south for any sort of options. Like, yeah. What are your recommendations today for something? People say for something nice. I hope it's good things that come my way. Yes, this is something nice. I feel no for real. I just feel to eat something different. What do y'all recommend? Miss James, good morning. Now, if I were in Carriacou, you'll handle me, right? I'll get a nice home cooked meal. Good morning, Yvette James. Good morning, Shantae Marianne. Trisha Franklin. Good morning, Vanessa St. John. Good morning. Good morning, Roxanne Scott. Just here to say AHS. You and Debbie could here to say whatever all you want. I don't want to hear no AHS. No, I just came here to say or what? Navigans, whatever that means. Sailing, or whatever. Morning, Jackie Chaiton, Shauna Henry. Listen, the game is on for the entire day. 30 to 35 minutes of your time, nothing ain't gonna change. It's just heats that's going on right now. During the hurdles and the girls 100-meter hurdles senior prelims, yeah? So just the prelims that's happening now. So taking 30 minutes away from that ain't gonna game won't spoil. Don't worry, one of these days y'all gonna miss me. Tara Smellet, how you do? Good morning, Brenda Durant. Good morning, Wendy Charles, Jenilyn Anda Lewis. Good morning, Joanne Batson, Maria Calise. Good morning, Andrea. You too? TV on and forget your phone, boy. Ain't lying, boy. When dish towel become tablecloth is this. Randella Maddie, good morning. Kimberly Fountain, good morning. Nishi. Della Fletcher, hey, I ain't see you here in a minute. You good? Glendon Phillips says, morning, Lady Power. Good morning, Glendon. Morning, Kata. Have a good day. Mr. Ray, you did the opening. Selvan, she probably do the I think they do the match pass yet. So if you look sharp, she'll do eyes right too. Hold on. Yeah, that's a very important call that I had to morning, Dazzlin. Me know what Debbie doing in the stadium day one. Boy, retirement must be really nice that you can't stay in your house and lie down on your bed and watch or lay down on your couch and watch your 70. How much inch TV you have? 75, 80-inch TV. You can't stay home day one and say, let me take in day one and day 2 and 3. Let me link up runes and we go roll. Like you go for the I wait the day I'm retired. Anyways, morning, Maureen. Safari Kado, good morning. AJ Joseph, big up yourself. Healthy Bites in the building. Good morning, guys. Oh yeah, but to go all down, that's what I'm saying. Anything nice is have to go all down south and then doing delivery when Judy said I don't eat my lunch already. How you could not eat your lunch already? Now it's 17 past let me 17 past 12 past 11. How you could finish eat lunch already? Dwayne, morning. Dwayne Noel say you make me hungry now. UK food. Listen, Nando's is so overrated. Before I made my first trip to the UK, everybody always in this Nando's. So I'm like, you know what? As I land, first thing I ask when they ask what you want to eat, I say Nando's. Like, well, you know what? I'm like, everybody talks about this Nando's, so it must be a thing. Going to Nando's, the only thing nice about Nando's is the sauces. The chicken dry, I like my chicken moist. When you put it in your mouth, it melt. You have to chew the chicken, just the sauce, the peri peri sauce, and them different sauce that make the thing nice. Me and see the fascination with this Nando's thing, the whole they hype it up and make me so force a rich and Queen Elizabeth was alive the time of the went in it. Yeah. First time I went in Queen Elizabeth when she was alive country and going to people Nando's thinking Nando's is somebody. Y'all just like to hype thing because of the name. I will take my own here any day. Nando's and not non KFC. No, for real. That Nando's and Nando's in at all. You know what I like? I like the what do you call that place? The Turkish spots. The Turkish spots where you get that plate and then have like you get about 5 different meats. Um Lamb, chicken, roast, hot wings, about and you're getting salad, you're still getting rice, and you're still getting what's the name of the thing? Fries. The Turkish spots, yeah. The Greek and Turkish spots, yeah, those hit. But Nando's and hitting. At least it didn't hit me. It didn't hit me at all. Wrong Wendy person. Morning. Morning, Sonia. Sonia, I ain't fighting up with TikTok today. Maybe tomorrow. I can't be bothered with this set of restrictions they're forcing on me. Pigtail, big up yourself, May Cyrus, and everybody else listening on the job. And I hope you guys give your bosses advance notice that it's going to be 3 unproductive days. So productivity will be at a minimum this for the 3 days of intercall, especially when it's been shown. So I hope you put them on notice because half of you, your phone will be your TV or your computer screen will be used as your TV. So I hope they're aware of that. So no pressure. No pressures for the next 3 days. Yeah? Andrea says, when I feel for a little something different, I pull out a crab back or 2 from my supplies and nice salad. Yeah. Well, Gabby, since morning I call you mister. Just call me back to tell me what you was. I say, how you was run down the man? You see how the man is a nice, decent, hardworking young man? Just call me back. That's when I take the break. He that called me back there to tell me that he was up on the roof. He had some work to do on the roof. So he went up there early before the sun hit him. And I see, and I'm like, woman don't know what they want, you know. Because you have such a nice man going up on the roof before he touched the roof to do your work. And then you're still running your mouth on the man. You can't please all of these people, black people children, you know. All your clocks this morning are calling me, tell me call him only to remind him. The mister stayed up on the roof, that's why he couldn't answer my call. So he called me back to notify me he was on the roof doing your work. As I was saying. Hey Lisa, good morning. It's only going to Boca Secondary School. Listen, don't get me started with this Boca Secondary School thing. I know they did well last year, but between you, Sonia, and Pepsi, you all need to curb your enthusiasm. All right? Yes, they're going to do okay, but not to the point where you're all hyping up about win. There's 2 horses in the male race as of now. The blue and the green. Then we have Anglican High School. We have St. David's Catholic Secondary School. We have St. Joseph's Convent, St. Andrew. Other than that, we don't know. But Jackie self saying, what good morning, jail her by intercall calls. Wow. Wow. Mixed grill. He probably was in bed with a woman. I don't trust that boy. The boy said he was on the roof. Sports going on high. Listen, Kizzy, Debbie, Jackie, Naya, it's all. The rest of y'all. Go about all your business. I don't need announcements of where all you're going and what all you're doing. What happened to who? McDonald College? I should be asking you what happened to McDonald College. When was the last time McDonald College name calling the top 2 for girls or boys? Listen, it's nice to have hopes, but your hopes supposed to be realistic. And that's the problem I have with some of all of these past pupils and them. It's nice to support your school. Wise King, big up. Everybody good. It's nice to support your school. Nice to have hope. But the problem I have is your hopes are too high. The hopes are bordering on delusions of grandeur. What convent Grenville winning? Wake up. Kizzy, for somebody who does follow athletics, tech. I'm sure you're aware that we won Intercall already. And I'm sure you're aware that there have been several years we placed in the top 2 or the top 3. But I find you kind of like you're losing it, or the sun ain't that hot outside if you're in the stadium already. So you can't be that, the sun can be affecting you already. I'm sure you're aware that St. Joseph Convent St. Andrew, I've won Intercall. I've been in the top 2, top 3, top 4, top 5. So what do you mean by what convent Grenville winning? You're supposed to be saying that of Happy Hill, Wesley College, what them other school that don't come Shaper, the McDonald College back in the day. Who else? Who other school? J.W. Fletcher Secondary. Who else? St. John's Christian Sec. Morning, cuz. Barbara Philip, good morning. Who else? Boca wasn't bad last year. Grenville Secondary School, the Christian Academy. Who else? This is about great is the GBSS. We don't care. Exactly, Lima. So, St. Andrew's Anglican Secondary School, St. Joseph's Convent St. Andrew. All I could fight up for the rest. That's all. Do what all you want to the rest of the points that remain. Not the rest of positions that remain. Fight up with it if all you wish. Anyway, so I want to touch this quickly. Somebody sent me this just yet to say, you get Trudy. You're out of order, Ramos. Rajaka is just, would you like to have some cruise? Oh, you're on cruise, you're gone again. That's why I ain't hearing from you. You're not Rasta. Just here to say GBSS. Whatever. Nobody cares about all on that. I bet this is a GBSS message. Hold on.
Everything what you're saying, a lot of schools reach enough places already.
Mm-hmm.
So whoever have hopes for their school is good, even if whether winning or not. So because your school day, where your school day, you feel others can reach.
Hey, mister, you ready to pick me up this morning? All I say, them people and them living in one of them school you used to go in Happy Hill or you used to go in Wesley College, right? When you see that one of them school is yours. Annalisa Brown, so you would hear it. But as I was saying, Nalgico GBSS looking good in the green, Papa. Nalgico, sorry. Nalgico GBSS, they well sponsored out, I tell you. As I was saying. So, did Convent Grenville beat MDC last year? I don't remember what Convent placed last year. St. Rose and who else? St. Mark's Secondary. I can't remember the rest. A win for Sass and Convent Grenville is a win for St. Andrew. Yeah, so we're taking it either way. Name is only being mentioned. Yeah, we just mentioned in the name, but it's good to have hopes for your light up the place. Mr. Legs in the bag. Hold on, let me going on here with Mr. Legs. Hold on.
This is the time when everything turns blue. Bring the bag. Stop juniors, seniors. Oh, yeah. To put in tackle in the play of a blue bar. To put in tackle to put in tackle in the play of a bad squad. To put in tackle in the back. We go bring it up in the back. We have it tackle in the back. We go bring it up in the back. Hold on in the back. We have it tackle in the back. We go bring it up in the back. We go bring it up in the back. Hold on. Not a boy, not a girl, not a school, not a thing. This is a sport win. Not a yellow, not a red, not a green. All I know this year's a smoke win. No one start talking there. No one start talking them. No one start talking there. No one start talking there. Country people tell them we
Now,
say
us.
to put things apart in it. We have a blue
Dwayne,
to put things apart.
Dwayne, you hear that?
A big bag. You put things up in it, we have a bad squad. You put things up in the bag, we go bring it up in the bag. We have it up in the bag, we go bring it up in the bag. Hold on, we have it up in the bag, we go bring it up in the bag. We go bring it up in the bag. Hold on, sheep and mutton. Them other school they don't have nothing. Get every lever, tell them press a button. Tell them press a button. It's not called nothing. No one stop talking there. No one stop talking them. No one stop talking there. No one stop talking there. If you put on them with the bars of a big bag, to put things up all in it, we have a blue bag. To put things up all in the bars of a big
Legs. Specky said that song better than your carnival song. Oh, Lord, be offense today. No, Papa, this interculting is pressure. I ain't lying, and today is just day one, and watch all your behavior. Gabby say love have 24 hours to respond. Hold on, let me go back again.
to put things up all in it, we have a bad squad. To put things up all in the bag, we go bring it up in the bag. We have it up all in the bag, we go bring it up in the bag. Hold on in the bag, we have it up all in the bag. We go bring it up in the bag, we go bring it up in the bag. Hold on. Hold on, button,
Shut up, button. They want us to
nothing. Every lever, tell them press a button, tell them press a button.
No, assassin all your shot. Yo, it can't come like carnival, you know, I swear. I give you a bet when you see legs on that day. Next thing you see Dash. What school Baku went in? GBSS, BBC? Next thing you see all them artists, Natty and them, Natty used to go GBSS. Next thing you see, like we have a Soca Monarch, Intercall Soca Monarch, that vibes, you know. So imagine all of the artists with their own schools. They find their section and each school have their own song. I find that song like a plan for 2027. Not, is it not you have 24 hours to respond? Who artists went to GBSS? Who went to BBC? Where's some of them artists? Dash went GBSS. So either Dash, Dingan, or who else have time to respond? This Lava Man went to GBSS, Gabby? Who female they went convent? Who female they went SAS? That is thing. Who female that went Anglican High School? No, I think the artists need to adopt a school and do a song for them. Eli must you ought to order though. What is song better than Legs Carnival song? You ought to order bad. I'm not having you. Dash when GBSS. Talpree better drop the Boca Secondary School tune quick and fast. Wilt. Wilt. Who else went? All great men went. I thought I said Black and doing. It's time I ain't get yet, you know. What are coming around to you? Hold on. All great men went to GBSS. Lava went GBSS. So you have enough men from GBSS to respond to Mr. Legs. Shutter button, go to mutton, them other school or nothing. Y'all have 24 hours. So Lava, Dingan, and Dash. Y'all have 24 hours to respond. Who are the artists that went Elimus, you went yeah, Elimus went SAS. So Elimus, you need to put out something too. Let me see if yours that one better than your carnival song as well. So organize yourself. So Talpree for Boca. They say Pinky need to represent Anglican High School. No, for real, we should have an intercall Soca Monarch, for real. And the closing day, them artists perform on the best song. Most crowd response. Yeah. So intercall committee need to look into that. I don't know how we reach here, you know. So I said I didn't want to start this intercall conversation because that's serious conversation to have this morning. Anyways, I have about 15 to 20 minutes to go. So, Kitty's Corner. So, Boys and Girls High School. So, was the inspector that sing this about Kitty's Corner, Kitty's Corner? Once time, Tivoli drummers used to come down on them board bleachers used to be on fire. Yeah, man. Morning, Cam. Happy Tuesday. Anyways, only let me just talk about this quick before we move on. And let me done with all you for today. So I came across this. Somebody sent it to me and they were like, a video I was looking at, right? And apparently, I think it's somewhere in the US, apparently this young man was convicted of RAPE, and it seems as though he served like 5 or 6 years out of the almost 20-year sentence that he got, when the victim at the time who accused him came forward and said it didn't happen and that she was upset with him because he broke off the relationship or something of the sort, or she wanted him and he didn't, he rejected her, something yada 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 yada. Of course, I don't need to say what was the color of the person behind bars and the person who accused him of RAP, right? I mean, it might make a few of us shift in our seats. Say grape. Yeah, that's what they say because I'm online. Yeah, Facebook and YouTube, they're very sensitive about certain words. So, as the Jamaicans would say, grape. So either I spell it or I say grape. But of course, in this room, we don't run from the real conversation. So the question that I asked this morning, should a woman be sent to jail for falsely accusing a man of rape or sexual assault? And before anybody gets defensive, relax. We're talking it through. Just asking. We all know sexual assault is not a joke. It's not a storyline. It's not something we just throw around, right? There are women and there are men walking around every day carrying that trauma, smiling on the outside, but dealing with something heavy on the inside. So once somebody finds the courage to speak up, that's not easy. And, for years, people didn't listen. People doubted, people blamed. So now that more voices are being heard, that matters. But let's talk about the other side, because everything in life has two sides, even the uncomfortable ones, right? So what happens when an accusation is not just wrong, but knowingly false? A man gets accused before any investigation, before any facts. His name is already out there. Social media does what it does best. And just like that, his life can flip upside down. His job gone, his reputation damaged, family embarrassed, stressed, confused. And even if later it comes out that he's innocent, there will be people still side-eyeing him and like, I'm just not too sure. I believe. So now the question becomes, if a lie can destroy someone else's life like that, should there be serious consequences like jail? And I'm seeing a few couples saying, yes, lock her up. Yes, I get that. Because at the end of the day, a false accusation doesn't just hurt that man. It also hurt real victims. It makes people start doubting genuine cases. And it gives those I don't believe women more fuel. And that is dangerous. No, she accused him of doing it to her, not. But hold on. Because we have to be fair, right? So what if we go too hard the other way? And what if women start feeling like if I speak up and I can't prove it, I might end up in jail? That fear alone could silence real victims, and that is just as dangerous. So it's really, really crazy that someone will know I'm going to testify, I'm going to put my hand on the Bible and swear that what I'm saying is the truth and nothing but the truth, knowing that you're telling a lie that could damage somebody's life, that will put somebody behind bars. Like, how do you sleep? How do you sleep with yourself knowing that you have somebody's son behind bars for something he did not do and you know he didn't do it? Because it gets kind of tricky, right? Because not every case that doesn't have evidence is a lie. Sometimes it's just hard to prove. Sometimes it's one person's word against the other. So we have to ask ourselves, where do we draw the line between a lie and a case that's just going to be proven? Because it is not black and white. This is gray, real gray. So for me, I believe in accountability. If someone intentionally lies, not confused, not mistaken, but deliberately tries to destroy someone, there should be consequences. That is just my personal belief. Because this man, behind bars for 6 years out of his almost 20-year sentence, spent 6 years before this woman decided to stand up and say, I told a lie against this man. It's not true. I was hurt. I felt rejected, so I told a lie. It didn't take, okay, when the sentencing was handed down to like get an attack of your conscience and say, no, I really can't go through this. I can't let this man take the rap for this, for something he didn't do. How do you sit there, listen to a sentence being handed down of 20, 15 years in prison, knowing this man is innocent, and you go about your business, continue your life, and 6 years after you finally decide to speak up and say, I told a lie? That is not just unfair. It is wicked. It is wicked. Because now you're making it harder for real victims to get that sort of protection. At the end of the day, a false accusation can ruin a person's life. And so can being a victim and nobody believes you. So I want to hear from y'all this morning. We have a couple minutes left. Talk to me. Do you think jail time is justified for false accusations? Or do you think it could do more harm than good? Let's reason. If somebody confess that they told a lie on someone who's behind bars, right? And they know they later stand up and confess that, hey, it didn't happen, it's not true, I did it because I was angry, upset, whatever the reasons you claim are. Do you think that person should receive jail time? Do you think jail time is justified for false accusations? What do you guys say? Morning, Robbie. My uncle Eli was morning. Morning, Robbie. Someone who chooses to destroy someone else's life should face the consequences. I firmly believe that. Because this is not just a case of he was given community service or house arrest. This man was behind bars for 6 years. So now they're reviewing the case. So my thing is, the minute he steps foot outside that jail, he should be suing everybody and their brother. Everybody and their brother. Because the thing about it is, it's hard to, in the case of Grape, right? You do the test, they have the test kit. But in that case, it was easy because his bodily fluids was found on her. But I'm trying to recount the story. But after it finished, apparently they were not together. I'm trying to recount the story. They were not together. They were just hooking up. But apparently she wanted more from the relationship. So when you're done, whatever, people get in their feelings. She's now asking, well, where are we? What are we? Yada yada yada. And he's like, nothing really. We just slept together and whatever. So apparently he told her he does not want a relationship with her because he does not see her like that. They just had whatever coitus, he's going to put on his clothes and go at his home and have a good night. Now, apparently she then turned around and went to the police. So they took her to the hospital. She did the thing. They found his bodily fluids. And again, like I said, she's Caucasian, he's black. And you know how the justice system in some parts of the world are set up when it comes to our color versus the other color. Hate it or like it. Unfortunately, that's how it is some places. And that is taken into account. So since they found it, she said that he broke into the house and held her against her will. And I guess he fits the profile based on, color. So they bought the story because, like I said, the bodily fluid, that was the evidence that it happened. And she even went so far to mark her skin, literally scratched her skin in places, her thighs, her hands, and even her neck to prove, listen, so somebody to go to that, to that extreme deserves the rest of the time that he was supposed to spend. They don't exchange places. So she did all of that, scratched up her body, her neck had scratches, her chest, all to prove that he broke in and held her against her will. You have to be a sick person to think of such an elaborate scheme and then sat on it for 6 years and not say anything until your conscience finally got the best of you and you decided to say, you know what? He didn't do anything. This was all me. I made it up. I hurt I scratched my own self. It was consensual. It was not a case of him breaking into my home or anything or holding me against my will. None of that. I'm trying to understand how you live with yourself. I mean, you could understand in the moment you already started the lie and then you have regrets probably a couple of days after when the first moment you step into the court and you see this is serious and it's going down a serious road. You start having regrets and there and then instead of wasting the court's time, you would stand up and say, you know what? Before we go any further, I don't want to waste any more time. This is what transpired. Right? Apologize to the man, whatever sentence, whatever, you have to deal with, you deal with it. But to sit there, recount something that never happened because you have to testify, recount something that never happened, then watch this man get sentenced, see him be taken away for 6 years, and it took you 6 years. That alone deserves some sort of punishment. That alone deserves some sort of punishment. Imagine you have your son behind bars for something he did not do. You have your brother, you have your father, whatever it is, behind bars for a crime he did not commit. And like I said previously, even though she confessed, that stain, that stigma, that shame over your head, no matter how much she comes out and say, oh, it didn't happen, there are still people who will believe that it happened. So you carry that with you. There are still people who saw you on the news and they would still believe because sometimes they saw the judgment handed down, but they didn't get to see the part where she confessed. So you're out now and they're thinking you made your time or you got out early, you got early release. So in their head, you are still that person and people are outside eyeing you and watching you and afraid to come near you. So you have to live with that for the rest of your life. For something you did not do. There must be some sort of consequence. There should be some sort of consequence. Yeah, Amir Dwayne saying she should be jailed, serve the time that was given to him. Her estate, hold on, let me read this. Yeah, his criminal record wiped, etc. All of that. And he should be definitely suing the state and suing her. her estate seized and handed over to him, he should be adequately compensated for time spent in jail, criminal record wipe, etc. Yeah, that's tough, man. Good morning. Yes, the woman should be punished. They should let her serve the remainder of the time. 6 years of the man's life gone for something he did not do. Exactly. 6 years you cannot get back no matter how you try, no matter what you do. And even though you come out in the 6 years, people are still going to hold that over your head. People will still be looking at you funny. Even if they know, they still will be uncomfortable around you. So there's a lot of things we have to take into consideration. And it's just sad that you know, people would think that, hey, your conscience would be, they will say, let your conscience be your guide. I don't think that is right. There must be some sort of repercussions. It can't just be, okay, he's released and that's the end of it. There should be some sort of repercussion. She should be facing the penalty somehow, some way, somehow. And I like that suggestion of the rest of the time. If he got a 15-year sentence, he did 6, let her do the rest. Or let her do all of what he was sentenced to and see how it feels. See how it feels. Imagine your son incarcerated for 6 years and he probably be crying out his soul case, pleading his innocence and thinking nobody believes him because here he is sitting behind bars. And there's a lot of people sitting behind bars innocently because they can't prove otherwise. So imagine, I can't think of anything worse than sitting in a prison cell for something you didn't do. If you did it, that's fine. You have to face the consequences. You have to deal with the consequences. But just imagine you didn't do anything and then you have to do jail time. Gabby says this has two lessons. Men, stop being so promiscuous. 2, ladies, stop falsely accusing men for sexual misconduct because you want revenge. She should do time in a male prison. Oh gosh. His record needs to be completely expunged and he should be financially compensated. But you're thinking, you know, all the compensation in the world, it still will not take away the fact that, hey, that is how people see you. That is how people see you every day. They see you as a rapist. For years. 6 whole years. Nah. Lost his job. Family embarrassed. They stressed. They confused. Probably people who know about it on social media call him the worst of the names, and you know how they can be, especially when it comes to that color. There ought to be serious consequences for this, and I stand 10 toes down on that. So I hope it will be, there will be some sort of serious, something to just let him out and that's the end of it. Nah. If I were him, I'll take night and make day to ensure that she gets a taste of that prison as well. Can't be him alone for something he didn't do. Says I recently, no, that's not right, man. That's not right. Yeah, we come and we laugh and we make a little kiki wet thing, but nah, there's no way anybody could side with this as this being okay or excuse this. I recently looked at a case with a 14-year-old young boy who got the electric chair after being falsely accused of unaliving 2 white girls back in 1944. So it's like we passed that era and we're still in it. Now, anyways, guys, I just wanted to touch on that this morning. Y'all can go back to your GBSs being great and whatever else you got going on. Hold on, before we go. Where is it? Yeah. Dwayne, have a wonderful day. Wait.
This is the time when everything turns blue.
Yo, Dusty, bring the back, bring the back, bring the back. Some juniors, juniors, seniors. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Do it under us.
To put in tackle in the play of a blue bar. To put in tackle like a dance of a big bar. To put in tackle in the play of a bad squad. To put in tackle in the back. We go bring it up in the back. We have it tackle in the back. We go bring it up in the back. Hold on in the back. We have it tackle in the back. We go bring it up in the back. We go bring it up in the back. Hold on. Not a boy, not a girl, not a school, not a thing. This year's not win. Not a yellow, not a red, not a green. All I know, this year's not win. What's that in there? No, what's that in them?
No, that's outside. Guys, thank you so much for powering up. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. We'll greet this video. Yeah, Blue Bar. See y'all tomorrow. Thank you so much. Western Union, Beacon Insurance, St. Augustine Medical Services. Thank you so very much for powering up our morning once again. Land Store.
We are in the back. We go bring it up in the back. We go bring it up in the back.